Does physical exercise really promote better sleep? A lot of the times when professionals exercise a lot during the day, or the other extreme is not exercising at all, either versions can really impact sleep. So in this video we will look at some of those dynamics that play a role and what would be something that you could do to create this ideal balance between physical exercise and getting really good quality sleep. Hi there, my name is Beatrix Schmidt from the sleepdeepmethod.com. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This channel is all about helping you to improve your sleep, overcome sleep problems, even overcome insomnia, therefore improving your energy levels and performance during the day. So if you're looking for practical tips and advice on these topics, hit the subscribe button below and come back each week when I discuss a different topic that links to sleep and our performance during the day. The reality is that physical exercise impacts the body, which means that it will impact your sleep as well. Whether or not this is a scenario where you're just starting a new type of exercise, so your muscles need to get used to that, or you have been exercising quite intensely for a longer period of time, or you choose not to exercise very much during the day. Any of those scenarios, any of those physical changes in terms of exercise can really impact your sleep. And of course, it's going to impact your energy levels as well. So we will look at some of those dynamics that will help you to make sure that your sleep isn't impacting negatively. Having a physically healthy body really helps you to enjoy good quality sleep as well. And I've seen this over and over again with clients and even in my own example. When I was struggling with my sleep, I wasn't exercising the right way for my body, therefore pushing my sleep around in all sorts of different ways. And I see this with client work as well. Either some clients don't exercise at all, which means that often at the end of the evening, they're not physically tired, they might be mentally tired, but that actually requires different preparation to be able to switch off. In my example, when I was struggling with sleep, initially I wasn't really exercising very much. But obviously, as I was reading articles and as I was trying my best to improve my sleep, I started reading about, you should go and exercise before going to bed. Now, in my example, what it meant is I was going to the gym quite late at night. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I personally really struggled with that because, for example, my blood pressure is normal, but it's the lower end of the normal, which means a very intense workout really late at night meant that I often left the gym totally exhausted and actually almost getting dizzy because my body just depleted all those nutrients and all that energy that I might have had before going to the gym. And what that meant is I was actually needing to eat to be able to recover from that really heavy exercise. So for me, exercising so late meant that I then had to eat, which then meant that my body was focusing on digesting rather than actually really focusing on switching off. So it pushed my sleep way back. And this is only something I realized once I looked into nutrition and looked into what might be able to help me to improve my energy levels. And if you do go to the gym or do some exercise, what I would suggest is not going too late because all of these kind of different scenarios will be impacted. Your body will produce hormones that will need to be dealing with some of those things that you're doing. We talk a lot about adrenaline and so on when we look at exercise. So how can you first of all look at fitting your exercise routine into your life so it doesn't deplete you completely and exhaust you? It will mean that you're exercising some, but you're not falling to sleep because you're absolutely exhausted. You're a little bit tired, but you're still practicing actively switching off, those skills around switching off to guarantee your sleep, a good quality sleep at night. Another scenario that I hear quite often with this physical exercise is professionals choosing to exercise in the morning. Of course, there's again no right and wrong answers here, but just following on from the previous point, also looking at how does that impact your rest of the day energy levels. So this is something I also tested out many years ago and switched my exercise routine around. What I found is that providing I had enough energy in the morning, I always have to have breakfast before I exercise. That meant that at that short or 30-40 minute exercise actually really made me energized. But again, it wasn't exhausting me. So making sure that the length of exercise you do in the morning is not making you a lot more tired. Because when you then get into work perhaps, or you continue doing whatever you need to do during the day, you still need more energy to get through the entire day. So how you can look at your morning exercise is looking at maybe doing a less intense type of exercise, so it doesn't actually push your body to the extremes. That will help you to have a more consistent energy level even during your workout. And making sure that you're actually nourishing your body either as a preparation before, having something of a light breakfast or something maybe that's a little bit more potentially like a smoothie or easier to digest, or as soon as you finish your workout, making sure that you eat something. That's going to help you not to have those energy dips, sort of the 2 hours within you wrapping up your exercise routine. So if you exercise in the morning, really looking at whether or not this really works for you and how it impacts your energy levels later. And another thing I see in this scenario is often people cut down the number of hours of sleep they have for the sake of the exercise. Now, if you do that, of course, if you're not sleeping enough and you're not actually getting enough quality sleep, your exercise routine will be impacted because your body is not functioning at its optimum. So it's not going to be able to put all that energy into building either muscles or whatever your focus of the exercise is, or losing weight as well. So really looking at what works for you and what would be an ideal way for you to exercise, and what types and intensity of the exercise that you need to have. The third part I wanted to talk to you about when it comes to quality sleep at night and physical exercise is in case of those professionals who actually don't have the time or the energy to exercise very much. And unfortunately, when I work with clients who have struggled with insomnia for a long period of time, this is quite common, and quite often they do end up even putting on weight over time because it just all their sequences of events, their energy levels are lacking, which means they're often eating the wrong things as well. So these sequence of events kind of really just get muddled up. So if you don't exercise very much and you struggle with your sleep as well, what I would encourage you to do is start with really small amounts of exercise, and it might not be even going to the gym. So let me give you some examples. Often, if you work in an office environment, you normally get support around how to make sure that you look after your posture. And some of those exercises can be just focused on making sure that you sit up straight, you engage your muscles, you engage your core muscles, loosen up your shoulders, which will start creating a bit more sort of strength in your body. Another thing that you can do is you can get up from your desk and walk around, and you can maybe spend a little bit longer walking around every single day, which will start to impact your fitness levels little by little. And when I work with a client who also wants to be able to look at losing weight, micro exercises that become really everyday habits really help them to create more energy, to start exercising their muscles, rather than pushing themselves to go to the gym for an hour every single day. So this is one of the things that you can do to promote better sleep as well. Micro exercises, breathing exercises. Breathing exercises really help to relax your body, and once your body gets used to actually breathing properly, you can use the same tools to help you to switch off at night as well. So look at how you can incorporate some of these smaller amounts of exercises in your everydays, so they become positive habits, which means that you're starting to build up your strength and your fitness, and getting to a point where you can probably start taking on more intense exercise as well. As we wrap up this video, I want you to take a moment and look at your entire 24 hours and how the quality of your sleep is impacted by the exercise routine you have or the lack of exercise that you do during the day. And really look at it as a 24 hours, because when we want to improve our sleep, we also need to honestly have a look at what we're currently doing. So let me know in the comment box what you think is impacting your sleep in terms of exercise. I would love to hear from you, so I'm really looking forward to seeing your comments below. If you liked this video and it provided some value to you, hit the like button below, subscribe to my channel and come back each week when I share even more tips and advice on sleep-related topics, just like I did today. And if you think that somebody in your family or friend circle can benefit from this video, feel free to share it with them as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm really looking forward to sharing more practical ways you can improve your sleep in the coming weeks.